Hey guys, Dr. Pete here from HPT Schools. We're talking about how to maximize student outcomes. And this takes us to the work of John Hattie and his list of 252 factors, where this one here, collective teacher efficacy, has the biggest effect size in terms of student achievement. But the question, of course, is, beyond science and research, does this work in the real world? So in the real world, of course, I've got my teachers and their collective teacher efficacy, and I've got my students and their level of student achievement. And how this is supposed to work, if I don't have much going on in the achievement space with my students, then I probably don't have much going on in my collective teacher efficacy space here. And of course, that's not going to work out very well, and all flourishing schools, well, they have a very different agenda. You see, they want all students to be flourishing, to be operating at their best, to be at their highest possible achievement levels, which is a good thing. And so to do that, of course, they need to maximize collective teacher efficacy. They need to be investing over here to get a return over there. And one of the ways they do that is using a Team Pulse program with targeted boosters. And so the question for us now then is, let's have a look at some data of a school that did this really well, and let's find out what happened here. Now, on the screen, you can see a big color chart full of numbers, etc. This is a high school leadership team dashboard, a roll-up of all the major things. But just to get focused now, the bits that are circled, that's the bits we're interested in, the collective efficacy, and in this case, we're just looking at A standards, student A grades. Moving through this then, we've now highlighted where the interesting bits are. Within collective efficacy, this peer support, and of course the term 1 to term 2 overall A grade achievement. Drilling even further now, here it gets interesting. What you can see in this shot is the pre-post, the improvement or otherwise in peer support, and the increase or decrease in student A grades. And what's really interesting here is wherever you have declining peer support in those faculties, these teaching staff, you're seeing a corresponding reduction in student A grades. And conversely, where you see peer support grows over the 12 months within those faculties, within those teachers, you can see a corresponding increase in student A grades. You know, what's really interesting about that data is within collective teacher efficacy, that notion of peer support was such a powerful predictor of the increasing number of A grades in their students. So let's bring this together. This quick video, we wanted to explore this idea of increasing collective teacher efficacy in order to improve student outcomes, and to ask the question, is this how it works in the real world? And of course, what we can see is, yes, it does.